here's the latest updates in the AI space, and you won't believe what Bill Gates has to say. So be sure to stay to the end to see exactly what that is. Now let's start off this first off with Apple and how much money they're about to rack in from all these AI companies. And the craziest part is they don't even have to do a single thing. What do I mean? Well, here from Business Insider states Apple's tax on AI is going to cost OpenAI and others hundreds of millions of dollars a year. And what do they mean? Well, let's deep dive into exactly that. So, fun fact in case you did not notice, ChatGPT, the famous OpenAI chat prompting service, has released their very own iPhone app. And that basically means that Apple will potentially be able to make an absurd amount of money without having to do any fancy AI technology upgrades or literally nothing. They can just sit back, let the users come in, and next thing you know it, they're racking in some serious dough. So, if you don't know, ChatGPT currently is free to use. However, there is ChatGPT Plus, which I have myself, and it currently is costing myself and everyone else $20 per month. And basically what that allows you to do is use GPT-4, and the craziest part is you still have a cap on their official website, and that is 25 messages every 3 hours. Now, I have ran some tests myself, and even though it says 25 messages, sometimes I can get a little bit more, and sometimes I can have it to reset before the 3-hour mark. It all just depends on essentially your own experience. But either way, what does that mean for Apple? Well, if you did not know, Apple as of today gets 30% on any app's premium features. So with that in mind, basically every single $20 that gets sent, Apple gets 30% of that. Now, how are they going to make an absurd amount of money? Well, let's look at the numbers. So directly from Business Insider, and this again is just hypothetical example that they showcased, but let's just say they have 5 million new subscribers for the ChatGPT Plus on their app store. Guess what? That is 1.2 billion per year in revenue. And if Apple gets 30%, which they will, depending on obviously the amount of sales, that could potentially be 360 million a year just from OpenAI alone. Now again, these numbers are super bullish, and this is assuming ChatGPT has an absurd amount of users to pay for the premium on the app and continue to use that. However, this is just one AI company. Next thing you know, let's say Midjourney, the famous AI app, any other AI company you can think of that charges right now, were to get on the App Store, guess what? Apple is starting to make an absurd amount off their tax basically being on the App Store, and in turn they don't have to do anything but just sit back, do their normal thing, and collect all that money. So that is one of the ways Apple is planning on capitalizing and making a lot without having to do really anything upgraded from their current system. Now let's move on to some more AI updates. So here, according to The Verge, Adobe is adding AI image generator Firefly to Photoshop. And supposedly this will be in the next half of 2023. So literally we're almost past that halfway mark. So I'm going to guess in a few months from now, potentially we could see this. Now, if you don't know what Firefly is, let's just say it is, in my own words, one of the most advanced AI editing image generating softwares that I've seen as of right now, based off of the current preview that they showcase on their site. Now, the craziest part isn't that it's an amazing AI tool. What's going to be insane is that it's going to be added to Photoshop. Now, for people who do not know, Photoshop is, at least to my knowledge, one of, if not the most famous photo editing software out there that is used by a lot of people. So the fact that Photoshop, one, it is a premium service you do have to pay, which I currently pay monthly for, and also Adobe has a number of different products that you can get a yearly subscription and have all of them together for a set price. One is that it's already going to gather the existing customers who already have that Photoshop, that photo editing magic touch, and they're just going to level it up to make current users of the application, artists, graphic designers, whatever you use Photoshop for, it's going to level their AI image generation skills to the next level. And next thing you know, it's all the content we're about to see on the internet, at least for photos, are about to be absurd and look crazy. And people don't understand that this is slowly shifting the current environment of the AI space. And next thing you know it, the companies that are currently at the top will be wiped out by the other companies that end up coming out with a similar product but have better ability to capture users and have the most user adoption. So I personally can't wait for this because I use Photoshop daily, so we'll have to wait and see. But now let's get into the point of the video, what Bill Gates has to say about AI. So here from CNBC, Bill Gates potentially says AI could kill Google search and Amazon as we know them. What does that even mean? Well, let's go ahead and see what does he actually say. So in his words, essentially the one company or whoever ends up making the best personal agent, aka a personal assistant, at least in my own words, AI version that can pretty much do anything you need it to do, it's going to revolutionize the way humans do everything, to the point where you won't even need to go to Google or even Amazon to buy something. Now, how does this even make sense? Well, just look at it right now. There's Amazon Alexa, there's Siri, and there's already a sort of personalized assistant level where you simply ask it, hey, can you search up whatever this? Can you call my friend? Can you buy this? And to an extent, some of these softwares, these current voice activated programs, can do at least the minimal basic tasks that aren't too complex. But imagine you're sitting watching TV on the couch and you say, AI, order me McDonald's cheeseburger with a side of Coke and fries, delivered to my home address, and have my AI robot pick up the order and hand it to me. Or whatever sci-fi fictional scenario you can think of, there's already areas in the world where that's essentially happening. It's not mainstream, but obviously once it becomes mainstream, this is going to make everything different, to the point where you won't even have to do anything besides just start talking, and everything AI controlled, whatever company ends up making that, is going to essentially disrupt the entire industry. Next thing you know it, everyone's gonna say, hey, turn off the lights, like smart homes, or even cook me a breakfast burrito, and then you have a AI robot doing that. And essentially all these AI sort of assistant like tasks are about to be, at least in the next decade, I could see happening to the normal person, not just the ultra rich who has access to millions of dollars of technology. And next thing you know, the average person is going to be using AI on a daily basis, doing a lot of personalized tasks that essentially will replace a lot of other people. So this is some of the latest updates in the AI space. So if you want to see more right away, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe.